Welcome to the next chapter of As the Story Grows. I'm Brad Patton. On Wednesday, I mentioned Blink-182 dropped a new single. Over on Patreon's After Dark podcast, I gave some more of my thoughts on the new Blink single, as well as some of my history with the band and a quick stroll through their discography, as well as some other news. Subscribe at patreon.com/asthestorygrows. $1 a month gets you After Dark, a shout out on the podcast, and early access to all new episodes of As the Story Grows. I haven't done one of these in a while, but if you've been listening and enjoy the pod, please subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice and give the show a rating and review. Those are important in getting the show in front of more listeners. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but the best way to connect with me and with the podcast is to join the mailing list and to come hang out on Discord. I will drop a link to the Discord server in the show notes, and as always, a link to the mailing list is at asthestorygrows.com and in the show notes. Come hang out, and thank you for listening. Today we welcome Reno pop-punk outfit Too Close for Comfort to the podcast. The band self-released their debut LP, We Only Live Here on This Planet for So Long, back in September. Tyler, Ryan, and Evan talk about their musical backgrounds, how Too Close for Comfort came together, transitioning from deathcore to pop-punk, choosing to release their album on CD, and more. There will be a link to the band's record in the show notes. Check it out. Enjoy getting to know Too Close for Comfort.
I've been running in circles, trying to find a way out of this place. And I don't know if that's what's best for me.
I'm Tyler. I do vocals.
I'm Ryan. I do guitar / backup vocals.
My name's Evan. I play drums.
You guys are out. Where are you guys located?
Nevada.
Reno. Nice.
Yeah, northern Nevada.
Is it still hot out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty warm. Yeah, it's like cooling off in the mornings, but it's still warm.
Nice. That's awesome. Is that where all you guys are originally from?
I am.
He's from Yerington. I'm from Truckee.
I'm from a small town about an hour and a half away.
That's cool. What got each of you into music?
Oof. You know that game, Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas when I was maybe like 10, and it just like took me off into music and started playing, and yeah, never looked back. It's just I took lessons for a while, but I ended up just kind of like self-teaching myself through like tabs and stuff, and then just kind of bettering myself as I went along with scales and chords and tunings, and yeah.
That's cool. Was there a band or a song on Guitar Hero specifically where you were like, that's the jam?
Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses.
Classic.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just started going to shows like local hardcore bands and stuff. That's how I really got into music. I just was seeing a lot of shows and was like, I want to do that. So
That's awesome. What led you to go to shows? I mean, were you already into the music and the scene?
yeah, like my brother was into it, and so I kind of like listened to that through him. And then the first like big show I went to was A Day to Remember. And then like besides that, I went to a bunch of like local, hardcore shows, and it was just kind of what like was my gateway into music.
Nice.
Yeah, that's about the same. But I started playing music in 5th grade in the school band and played clarinet, and
Nice.
not the most appealing instrument, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I switched over to drums about 8th grade.
Nice. I played trombone and I was not good at it. And then I was like, what if I trade this in for guitar? And that went much better.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If Grayscale can do the saxophone solo, I'm sure you could do a clarinet solo.
No kidding, right?
Yeah.
Break out of retirement.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Oh, yellow card vibe with the clarinet instead of violin, right?
Yeah. Clarinet player.
Yeah. What was the scene like there in Reno?
Like currently?
Or I guess when you were younger and getting into it, currently too, yeah.
It was popping off, actually. I think it was pretty good. I mean, all my friends went to shows. All like everyone, like high school had like their own like clique, I guess. Just went to shows all around. There's like a lot of high schools. Reno's, I think, quite a bit bigger than people like give it credit for. So, like it was pretty good, And then I feel like there's a drop off for a while, but I think it's picking back up.
That's cool. Yeah, I imagine the scene was much different. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm disconnected from younger, because when I was like in high school and getting into it, like everything was like VFW halls and church basements, and like that's where you saw bands and not like clubs. And then it feels like everything shifted into club shows and bars.
Yeah. No, there was a few like basement shows and stuff. We had a place downtown called Fort Ryland where a lot of shows used to happen. And that was probably like the most underground place here in Reno, I would say.
How did the band get started?
Me and him started it, actually.
Yeah. We were in another like kind of like hardcore slammy metal bands. And one day I was just trying my look at writing pop punk, and he actually asked if I wanted to sell the songs to him. And then and then he was like, or do you want to start a project? And yeah, I started a project, and it was just like song after song after song, like everything literally just clicked into place.
That's cool. What made you want to shift from like hardcore to pop punk?
Shit, like I don't know, like it pop. Like I've listened to pop punk before, but it was like older pop punk, like Blink-182 or like Sum 41. But it was never like the presence of like it was never like something that like I would go to listen to. Like I always listen to like metalcore or like slam. I was actually a fan of our other band before I even like joined it. So I was like a like metal kid, and but I just started listening to like more current bands like Knuckle Puck, Neck Deep, and stuff like that. And I was really into it. I love the powerful vocals. I love kind of like the aggressive but melodical side of it, and I just started to get into it and tried my luck at writing it, and it turned out pretty well, I'd say. So
yeah, it seems like every 5 to 10 years there's like this resurgence of pop punk where it comes back up, and there's a lot of bands again all of a sudden. And
it's like it happens. There's like like you said, resurgence every once in a while. It's crazy.
Yeah. How'd you get into the band?
Me?
Evan?
Yeah, Evan.
I was in contact with Ryan, and he had asked me if I was maybe interested in playing for him, and I, without a doubt, said yes. Because I heard Out of Luck first, and it's every bit of what I like listening to pop punk.
Nice. Where'd the name for the band come from?
Like honestly, it's kind of cliche, but we just thought it sounded cool. But at the same time, like me and him were like bouncing names like back and forth for like weeks, and we could not get like a solid grasp on something. I feel like that sounded like what we wanted. I don't know, like it didn't fit. Like we couldn't find something that fit. And so like when we finally came up with that, we were like, that one clicks, that clicks. So we just ran with it, and it's probably my favorite band name that we've ever come up with in any band I've ever been in. So I'm stoked on it. Yeah.
Do you have some like particularly cringy band names in your past?
I feel like I don't really. Yeah, I did. I feel like I had some pretty bad ones. So I can't even beat around the bush on that. There's some. Oh yeah, I don't even want to bring it up. Don't ask
me. All right. How did COVID affect you guys? I don't know what like lockdown and shutdowns were like in Reno and Nevada, but like how did it affect you guys in the band?
We started this band like during COVID.
Okay.
Pretty much. So like it didn't really affect us too much. I guess it actually was more of like it helped more than it hurt, because we couldn't really go do anything. So instead we just like wrote music. And so that's how all of the whole record came out. It's just it's a COVID baby.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Nice. Were there any struggles in getting together and writing or recording?
I would say I'm really not.
No, we recorded everything at my house.
Where'd I know it's a lyric from one of the songs, but what made you choose to title the album "We Only Live Here on This Planet for So Long"?
I came up with that, I think, as I was sleeping. It was like I had a dream about it, and I woke up and I messaged Ryan, and asked him, I was like, "Hey, is this like too long of an album title?" And like he didn't think so, and I was like, "All right, let's roll with it." But it's like, I don't know, it's a lot of the songs on the record are about getting older, so that's kind of like the whole theme of the record. And then, there's a couple songs about losing like people that are close to you and stuff. So it just felt right. And so like I couldn't even figure out a way to shorten it or any other like name that I could think of that would just fit. So I was like, well, if Ryan likes it and everyone else likes it, I think we can go with it.
Nice. Did the way you change lyrics or the way you write lyrics change because of the genre shift from writing like hardcore slam lyrics?
Yes. The way I wrote lyrics before, I think, was a little like, I don't know how to phrase it, like, I guess immature. I don't know. But it's not, because I still like vibe with the lyrics that I wrote before. It's just, I feel like I have to like think a lot harder with this kind of music almost, because there's like, I don't know. It's a little bit different, like emotions that I'm like conveying. So I feel like you got to be like a little less like on the nose with these kind of lyrics. And honestly, I don't know if you knew this or anything, but Joey Fleming, In Her Own Words, helped me write he helped write a lot of the lyrics. And, because I had everything written prior to meeting him. And then, he came through and we rewrote a lot of lyrics on it and made everything a little more cohesive than they were before.
That's cool. Yeah. Do you think like the nature of being a pop punk band, like that drove you to write about like the themes of getting older and aging?
Yeah, it really did. Like the music actually fits too. It's kind of got that nostalgic feel, to it. So like the music and lyrics fit, and it's like something I feel really like connected to, like personally, because I'm turning 30 here in like 17 days. So I'm like, I don't know. I guess 30 is like a milestone for people, but it's somewhere that I feel like, dang, I really am getting older, like I hope this band does something, because, I don't want to I want to explore the world,
Yeah.
I think it's, as long as you're having fun with whatever you're doing, like it doesn't matter. And that's kind of what I came to realize, it's like kind of depressing, but at the same time, it's, it's, if you love it, then you got to keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Who did the artwork for the album?
So we used, not used, but like we got a lady off of Fiverr. I think her username is Gottberg.
Yeah.
And she specializes in like hand-drawn album artwork. So she did all the artwork for all the singles and the full length. So yeah, she's pretty great. She did a really good job on it. And she did all the artwork for we're getting some physical CDs, so she's done all the artwork for that as well. So
nice. What made you choose to release the album on CD?
I feel like it's just something that we want to have, honestly, because it's another merch item. And I feel like we're starting to play shows, so it's like we want to be able to like, have our music there at our table with us. And vinyls, from what I've heard, are pretty much the I don't know what the plants that make vinyls, like it got, I don't know, like an earthquake or tsunami or something hit them. So like vinyl pressing is like hard to do. So we kind of just skipped that whole idea and just went, well, we can still do CDs, and everything's still up on, Spotify and everything like that. But it's just, I feel like CDs are probably the only thing that people might even have, like accessible. I don't know, like my car, I don't even think it has a CD player. Now that I think about it, I don't even know. maybe most of these kids that will buy the record and stuff will be like, I don't even know how to listen to this. Maybe they can hang it up on their wall or something.
Yeah,
Did you have?
it's funny. Like you get like a MacBook and there's no CD port on any of it. Like new cars, there's no CD port. You know,
Really?
like yeah,
That's
Yeah.
insane.
you have to like buy
A CD
a
player?
CD player. Yeah,
Yeah, you can buy the new PlayStation without a disc drive at all.
yeah.
Flashbacks to the 90s.
And that's wild. Yeah, my Mac and my car, I bought them like pretty much around the same time, and neither had a CD player. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do now? It was wild. Did you ever toy with the idea of doing cassettes?
Honest, that never really even crossed our mind. I think
No.
it would be dope to get a few, limited, cassettes. I don't even know how much they cost.
I literally just thought about that. I was like, man, cassettes would be really sick.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
They're super
'cause, like,
cheap. Yeah.
Are they?
Really?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like, and they're like kind of nostalgic in their
Yeah.
own way. So it would go with the music.
Yeah,
So
Yeah. Cassettes are cool. There's a bunch of like cool labels doing them, and they're cheap to buy. They're cheap to produce. Like,
hmm.
and I feel like there's a weird market for that. Where CDs, I don't know. The CD market is so weird. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, we only got a very few amount. We got them for the people that might want to get them. You
Yeah.
know, like it's like if you want it, we got it kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
but I think this is the same thing with vinyls. Like, I guess a lot of people I have a bunch of vinyls, but I don't even have a record player anymore. So.
Although I hate goodbyes, I can't deny sometimes it's for the best. Nowadays we're just going through the motions. As one door closes, another one opens. And so we start falling down. We can't help but turn around.
You guys put this record out in September. You said you're starting to play some shows. What's your plans for the rest of this year?
So we have a album release show here in Reno on October 14th. We are trying to get on a couple shows maybe the rest of the year, just as an opener. And then in January, we're gonna hit pretty hard touring, try to hit 2 weeks, come back a little bit, do 2 more weeks, and then try to just push pretty much as hard as we can next year with touring. But for this year, I think we're just trying to get everything ready and push our album as hard as we can without touring right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, all of our dates are in California currently. So
yeah,
California is a big ass state, so we got a lot of places to hit. And we're in Reno, so we're like a couple hours from Sacramento. So we got dates all the way up and down California.
Yeah.
And then I think we're trying to get one in Vegas, but we'll see if that goes through or not. But we're gonna start with the West Coast and then move further east, I guess, as things progress.
Gotcha. You did the 2 music videos. What is like the rollout and response been to the album so far?
Really good, I would say.
I don't think I've heard a negative thing about it.
There's like the only people that I feel like haven't really like vibed with it are people that are kind of stuck in their own ways of like they don't like clean singing or something. You know what I mean? It's something that's like, it's hard to like get through to people on that level. But I mean, like the people that do like this kind of music, everyone that I've talked to has been like down with it at least, so I feel like, and then my friends like it, so and I feel like my friends and family, it's actually like it's a really good feeling to have my family actually like my music, because I've been in like beat down, like deathcore, hardcore bands my whole life. So it's actually like a really good feeling to have like my grandma message me and be like, hey, I really like this. Like, why haven't you been doing this longer? And I'm like, I know, like, I know, grandma, chill out. I'm sorry.
About everything you should have known. You're gone now.
Thanks for listening to As the Story Grows. Our intro music was written and composed by Jeremy Hunt. The As the Story Grows theme is by Bob Nana. If you like what you hear, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and give us a rating and review. If you'd like to support the show financially, you can join us at patreon.com/asthestorygrows. Be a part of our community and join the ongoing conversation over on Discord. If you enjoy this episode, share it on social media with your friends. Much appreciated, and thanks for listening.
I never felt so young